W-O-L-V-E-R-I-N-E-S. Wolverines.
Don't wait too long. Get it out.
Hi fans, and welcome to this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last Friday night, Woodland Hills traveled to North Allegheny and took on Seneca Valley, and after a slow start, the Wolverines rolled to 22 points in the second half to defeat the Raiders 28-14. This week, the Wolverines will take on Southeastern Conference foe and #1 seeded Upper St. Clair in the WPIAL semifinals at Baldwin Stadium. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to review last week's victory over Seneca Valley, preview this week's game against Upper St. Clair, and we'll also let you see highlights of last Friday night's win. All of that and more on the pregame show right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
The fourth-seeded Wolverines, riding an 8-game winning streak, rolled into the WPIAL quarterfinals, coming off of a 35-14 win over Pine Richland. They faced the fifth-seeded Seneca Valley Raiders at North Allegheny's Newman Stadium.
Shotgun again. Hall rolls to his left. He'll be wrapped for a moment, eludes that first wave, and then is brought down by the second wave. He'll run off with the counter to the near side, bouncing it out, gets a nice block from Mathis, 25-30, into open field to the 35, and steps out of bounds along the near boundary. Shaw takes the handoff, bounces away from a Raider, drives his way forward across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Randall going to keep it. Option, fakes the pitch, steps forward, first down, yardage and more, and again it's Randall leaping forward for the Woodland Hills first down. The Raiders motion to an empty set, Hall all by himself. Pumps, wrapped, hit, sacked, Devin Nixon as the ball comes loose. I think the Raiders got the football. Hall cutting it back. He'll be hit, he'll be wrapped, and he'll be brought down a yard deep in the backfield. Randall's going to keep it on the quarterback counter. Has a huge hole, 25-30, and he will be brought down as he crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line. At the 36-yard line, Harry Randall straight up the middle. First down, yardage and more as he's still on his feet inside of the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, still on his feet. Slips through a tackle and into the end zone. He will go for a Woodland Hills touchdown covering 54 yards. Hall straight drop back, looks across the middle. Trayvon Mathis on the coverage, batting it away from the intended receiver. Play action. Now Hall will run to the near side. He will be strung out, and he will be brought down in the backfield by Trayvon Mathis. A beautiful open field tackle as Mathis shed his blocker and made the stop back at the 20-yard line. David, jet motion from left to right. Handoff will go to Joel Shaw. Shaw runs over one, make it 4. Seneca Valley Raiders for the first down. How about that run by Joel Shaw? And they will boom it away, and Harry Randall will catch it at his own 9-yard line in the center of the field. Randall bouncing it to the near sideline. He can turn the quarter 30, 35, 40, 45. He'll step along the near boundary, and they'll say he actually steps out at the 40-yard line, but a nice return by Harry Randall. Hall off of play action, throws it across the middle, and Dan Gibson goes up, big right hand, swats it to the carpet. Incomplete, turnover on downs, 1st and 10, Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills shows blitz. Hall's going to keep it himself, bouncing it to the near side. Nice open field tackle in the backfield by Dante Broadus. Hall rolling to his right. He's pressured. He's hit. He steps up. He throws, and it will be intercepted in the end zone by Woodland Hills. Coming up with the football is Mike Nash, and Nash to the 20-yard line, and he will be brought down at the 24-yard line. And Seneca Valley comes up empty again. Randall, quarterback draw, runs to the right. Steps forward, first down, yardage and more. Harry Randall still on his feet as he crosses the 40, and he will be brought down at the 45-yard line. Sidecars to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Randall drives his way forward inside of the 35. Randall, quarterback draw again, leaps over a Raider to the near sideline, inside of the 30, the 25, cutting it back, 20, 15, still on his feet, 10, inside of the 5, and brought down at the 3-yard line. Randall's going to keep it. Leaps over a Raider, drives his way forward, And a touchdown for the Wolverines. Harry Randall gets the ball across the goal line, and the Wolverines on top 12-7. Randall running to his right, running the option. He'll reverse his field to the near side. Nice crackback block. Harry Randall has one man to beat. Superman's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Woodland Hills is on top 14-7. Hall with a sidecar to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Step forward. Hit at the line of scrimmage, driven back by the Wolverines. It'll depend on the spot, but it doesn't look like Hall has it. Randall straight drop back, looks to his left, finds Trayvon Mathis, and Trayvon Mathis will be brought down inside of Raider territory. And the Wolverines nearly take the handoff as Deshaun Osbrooks brings down Mason DeHart 5 yards deep in the backfield. Hall off of play action, straight drop back, throws across the middle. It's intercepted by Dante Broadus. Broadus to the far sideline, picking up blockers inside of the 40, the 35, the 30, still on his feet, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Dante Broadus on the pick six. A big play in the backfield there. This time he brings down Hull 2 yards deep in the backfield. Loss of two on the play, intercepted again by Woodland Hills. This is Jahad Brown coming down the near sideline from the goal line. 40, 50, 40, to the 30, 20 still on his feet. 15, 10, 5, 100-yard interception return for a touchdown by Jahad Brown. Hall, straight drop back, looking right. It's intercepted by Dejon Brown. Brown running right, cutting it back left, up the middle, inside of Raider territory, still on his feet to the 40 to the 39-yard line.
While Seneca Valley racked up over 400 yards of offense, the Wolverine defense allowed the Raiders to score on just 2 of their 7 trips into the red zone. Meanwhile, Harry Randall rushed for over 160 yards and accounted for nearly 200 yards of the Woodland Hills offensive output. Woodland Hills will take on top-seeded Upper St. Clair in the WPIAL semifinals at Baldwin Stadium on Friday night. Not only will it be a rematch from Week 1, it is also a rematch of last season's semifinals.
Hi again, fans, and welcome back to this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's game against Upper St. Clair, let's take a look back to last week's victory over Seneca Valley. Again, a slow start, but a huge second half.
Yeah, it was a great football game. You know, all the quarterfinal teams I thought were very, very good football teams, very good programs. And Seneca Valley had an outstanding program. They were 9-1 coming into the game, and you know, had a very explosive offense and a very stingy defense all year, only losing to Central Catholic. So we knew it was going to be a tough game going in, and proved to be a tough game.
2 stories in the football game. One is Harry Randall. We'll get to that in a minute. The other one is how well the defense played. And it's not often you say the defense played well when you give up 400 yards, but they stymied that Raiders offense on 5 of their 7 trips into the red zone.
Yeah, I couldn't have been prouder of the defense. They played very well as a group, as a team. Coach Donofrio did a great job with the game plan. Defensive coaches did a great job, and the whole defense played very, very well. I was real proud of them because it's a tough offense that Seneca has to defend. They're like playing against Oregon. They kind of model their offense after them, and they do everything they do. You know, they run the inside zone, they run the option, they run the spread offense, the run and shoot, bubble screens, a great passing game downfield, and quarterback's very explosive offense. I was extremely impressed with our defense, the way they held up. Really limited the quarterback on his running game because he'd always run for a lot of yardage in most of the games they played. We bent a little bit when we got in the red zone. We stiffened up, and they had 2 missed field goals in the first half. And we moved the ball at times, and Harry made some great plays, and we got that first touchdown early, and they ended up blocking the extra point, so we held that 6-0 lead at halftime. And came out the second half and went back and forth. We made a few adjustments on offense, moved the ball a little better, but didn't get any points. And they finally got in there and, scored a touchdown and got the extra points. It was 7-6 going into the fourth. And, they were on a couple more drives in there that, had us worried, but we got the ball, and Harry made made some great runs again, and it was 4th and 2 on 2, and I don't know how he got in the end zone, but he got in the end zone for the touchdown, and then we went for the 2 points, and he did it again. So made it 14-7. You felt a little better, but then they came, drove back down. And, it was a ball game.
You talk about them driving back down. That's when you started to take the ball away.
Yeah, Dante Brodus, who was injured part of the game, came in and made a big interception, ran 55 yards for a touchdown, and gave us a good lead there, 21-7. And they drove down again and ended up getting close to the end zone. And Jahad Brown intercepted one on the goal line and took it 100 yards for a touchdown. It's the longest interception for return we've had in Woodland Hills history. It was a big play.
Well, it's a program record that'll stay forever because in high school and college, 100 yards is all you can get. No deep in the end zone, 109-yarders or anything like that. You mentioned Harry Randall. Talk about his performance. He was spectacular running the football.
With Miles out, Art and Harry have to take the load with the running game. And Harry threw the ball a couple times, very nice, but he ran the ball and the line did a nice job opening up some holes. And once he gets through a hole, he's tough to handle. He's got great moves and good speed. Give a lot of credit to the offensive line. And, I thought the team played well together. This is the first time we faced adversity in the fourth quarter where we were behind. And, they stepped it up and they played well.
You talked about Harry Randall and how well he ran the football. I think what was so impressive is after he threw his first 2 interceptions of the season, he still was able to bounce back and run that offense, run it efficiently, and more importantly, quarterback a drive that ended up being the game winner.
He didn't get down. He worked harder. He wanted to play defense. I said, Harry, don't worry, we need you on offense. And Mike Nash made a big interception in the end zone too that brought us out to the 20. That was a big play in that second half also. So, there were 3 big interceptions, and it counted because we did have 3 turnovers, a fumble, and 2 interceptions. So that's the biggest determining factor in winning and losing a game. So I was real proud of the team effort against a very good football team, well-coached team, and well prepared for our game.
You touched on Miles Sanders and his injury. What's his status for this week?
We're bringing him along slowly. He practiced a little bit every day this week, a little bit more. He practiced a little bit tonight. We'll see how he feels Friday and what the doctor says.
How about Akira McLean? How's his knee?
Akira had a great year for us. And unfortunately, he won't be playing the rest of the season. He's going to have to get knee surgery. He's a tough guy to lose because he's one of the leaders on that defensive line. And he had led the team in sacks with 12, and just big-time player. I think he has Division I potential. Just comes off the ball and does a great job. Lateral movement and attacking the passer. Does a lot of good things.
It's tough to lose him, but it seemed like Dan Gibson made a nice adjustment going from tackle to end.
Yeah, Danny Gibson, he'll play out there, and Jimmy Rooney plays some end. And we got a junior that just came back off injury, Adam McVeigh, that's done a nice job for us, defensive end. So, we'll mix up our defenses. We use certain defenses more than others because of Akira's injury, and hopefully that works out well for us.
You've got the Upper St. Clair Panthers, obviously a team that you're very familiar with. You played them back in week 1 here at the Wolverines, 16-10 a loss.
Yeah, they're a very good team. That game could have went either way. Unfortunately, it went the wrong way for us, but they're very good. They're a senior-oriented team. Defensively, I think they have 1 junior and 10 seniors. Offensively, they might have 2 underclassmen, but the majority of their players are seniors this year. This is a team that they've been building up to, and like us, they have some injuries too, and you're never sure who's going to play for them. But that's this time of the year in the WPIAL playoffs. Injuries happen, and the team with the least injuries, things definitely favor them.
This is a historical matchup. We've seen Upper St. Clair in the playoffs a lot over the years. This is the 2nd consecutive year that Woodland Hills faces Upper St. Clair in the semifinals.
Yeah, I think we know each other a little bit as far as what we do on offense and defense, and it's exciting. They're very good, and everybody that's left is very good. Central Catholic and Penn Trafford have very good programs, and Ben Trafford's peaking at the right time, and Central Catholic's been good all year. They have a senior-oriented team too, and well-deserving of their top ranking, them in Upper St. Clair.
There have been 26 WPIAL finals since 1987, and Woodland Hills and Upper St. Clair have been in 20 of them.
Yeah, either Woodland Hills or St. Clair has been in the playoffs or the final 20 times out of 26. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that certainly is.
One of us will be in this year.
What's it going to take to move into the WPIAL finals?
I think defensively, I think we're going to have to play as well or better than we did last time, which we didn't play that bad last time. They had a couple schemes that they used against us, and hopefully we're ready for the plays they ran last time. Likewise, they're probably saying the same thing about us, but we're a different team than we were when we played them last time. I think we've developed offensively into what we want to do, and Harry's more experienced running and throwing the football, so I think that'll help us out.
Talked about the history moments ago. Talk about the history of all those playoff games we've had at Baldwin Stadium.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to Baldwin since year one. We played there in the semifinal game against Mount Lebanon in the snow. And speaking of snow, we practiced in the snow 2 days this week already. So, kids are getting used to the cold weather. But yeah, Baldwin's a great site. Coach Vince Sortito, their athletic director, is very hospitable. He's a great host, and they have a great facility for playoffs.
Coach Novak, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this week against the Panthers, and we hope to talk to you again next week before the WPIAL finals.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
We'll be right back with more of the pregame show right after this on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Wolverines! Let's go, bust out!
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. If you can't make it to Baldwin Stadium this Friday night, you can tune in on our flagship radio station, AM 1550 WZUM. We'll have the live stream of the game on our website at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. Our radio broadcast is also available on the MSA Sports Network at msasports.net. We'll have live cable radio coverage on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, and Verizon Fios Channel 37. And as always, we'll have television replays on all of our television affiliates and our YouTube channel. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, and we hope to talk to you again next week from the WPIAL semifinals.
This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network. Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.